Let's take a look at the scenario where there's no solution. In this situation, the lines will have no place where they overlap. This happens when the lines are parallel. These are called inconsistent systems, and their solution does not exist. Sometimes you will see that written as DNE. List an example of a system that has no solution. Graph your work and also solve by elimination. So we have our XY plane here, and we want to give an example of a system of equations that has no solution. So a very basic example, recall that when you have a line in the form of y equals some number, like y equals 3, and y equals -2. Both of these are going to give us a horizontal line when we graph them. So y equals 3 would be up here, and y equals -2 would be down here. Now, because these never intersect, we say that these two lines are parallel, and this system of equations has no solution. Let's look at a different example, though, where the lines are not horizontal. All right, so we have two new lines here. We have y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x minus 4. Let's go ahead and graph both of those. The first equation has a y-intercept of 0, 1, and then I want to move up 2 units, right 1, and that will give me that line. So let's pull out my ruler and connect those. Okay, and our second line is y equals 2x minus 4, which has a y-intercept at 0, -4. And then to get to my next point, I want to move up 2 units, right 1 unit. And I'm going to pull out my ruler to connect those. And that is going to look something like that. Now, these two lines will not intersect. They are parallel. And it turns out that lines are parallel when they have the same slope. So hopefully you were able to recognize that pattern. Notice that both of these lines have a slope of 2. So that's what's going to tell us if two lines are parallel or not. Let's go ahead and move into using the elimination method to solve for our solution. Let's see what happens. So notice that both of these have 2x, and so if I subtract our two equations at this point, we'd be able to eliminate one of the variables. But notice that the y's are going to be eliminated too. So what ends up happening is y minus y is equal to 0. 2x minus 2x is equal to 0, and then 1 minus -4 is positive 5. And if we end up simplifying this, we get 0 equals 5. Now, this is not a true statement. I'd much rather have $5 in my bank account than $0 in my bank account. So these two things are not equal. And what that tells us is that there is no ordered pair that is going to satisfy both of these equations. So there's a couple ways we could write this. We could say that there is no solution or does not exist. And that is the scenario or example when a system of equations has no solution.